Why are there not more people talking about the stark gender imbalance on death row? Death row. A stark, sterile world within a world, housing those condemned to die for their crimes. It's a place of shadows and whispers, heavy with the weight of finality. Life here is stripped bare, a monotonous routine punctuated by the ever-present specter of death. While both men and women face this grim reality, their journeys to and experiences on death row are often strikingly different. The demographics of death row reveal a stark gender imbalance, reflecting broader societal patterns and raising questions about fairness and justice in the criminal justice system. The stories of those on death row, both men and women, offer a glimpse into the human cost of capital punishment and the complex interplay of factors that lead to such a severe sentence. Understanding these differences is crucial for a nuanced understanding of the death penalty debate and its profound implications. This essay delves into the world of death row, exploring the unique experiences of male and female inmates, highlighting the disparities, and examining the factors that contribute to them. Death row in the United States paints a bleak picture, dominated by men. As of 2025, women make up a tiny fraction of the death row population, a stark reflection of the gender disparity in capital punishment. This imbalance is not accidental. It reflects the types of crimes typically associated with death sentences, often violent offenses where men are statistically more likely to be offenders. However, this raises critical questions about potential biases within the justice system. Are women who commit similar crimes treated more leniently? Do societal perceptions of women as caregivers and men as aggressors influence sentencing decisions? The answers are complex and require careful consideration of the multifaceted factors at play. This stark gender divide on death row compels us to examine the underlying reasons and consider the potential implications for justice and equity. The crimes that land individuals on death row often differ between men and women. Men are more likely to be sentenced to death for crimes involving violence and aggression, such as homicide, particularly multiple homicides, often with aggravating factors like torture or rape. Women, on the other hand, represent a smaller proportion of those convicted of such crimes. When women are sentenced to death, it is often for crimes like murder for hire, killing witnesses, or the death of a child, particularly their own, often framed as a violation of their expected societal role. These patterns reflect deeply ingrained societal perceptions of gender roles and acceptable behavior. While both men and women commit heinous acts, the context and perceived motivations often differ, influencing how their crimes are prosecuted and punished. Understanding these gendered patterns in crimes leading to death sentences is crucial to analyzing the role of societal biases and ensuring fairness in the application of capital punishment. Section 4. The Wheels of Justice. Sentencing Disparities. The journey to death row involves navigating the complex machinery of the justice system, where gender can play a significant role in sentencing outcomes. Studies suggest that women are less likely to be sentenced to death than men, even when convicted of similar crimes. This disparity could be attributed to various factors, including the perceived mitigating circumstances of their crimes, such as a history of abuse or mental health issues. Additionally, societal views on women as primary caregivers might influence jury decisions, leading to more lenient sentences. However, this is not to say that the system is inherently biased against men. The reasons behind these disparities are complex and require a nuanced understanding of the legal system and the social context in which it operates. Exploring these sentencing disparities is essential to ensuring fairness and equity in the application of the death penalty, regardless of gender. Section 5. Behind Bars: Psychological and Social Impacts. Life on death row takes a heavy toll on all who experience it, but the psychological and social impacts can differ significantly between men and women. Men on death row often form their own social hierarchies, with violence and dominance playing a role in their interactions. Isolation and lack of human contact can exacerbate existing mental health issues, leading to despair and hopelessness. Women, on the other hand, often form closer bonds with each other, relying on support networks to cope with the harsh realities of death row. However, they may face unique challenges, such as limited access to female-specific healthcare and fewer opportunities for rehabilitation programs tailored to their needs. The prison environment, designed primarily for men, can further exacerbate their sense of isolation and vulnerability. Understanding the distinct psychological and social challenges faced by men and women on death row is crucial for advocating for humane treatment and addressing their specific needs. Section 6. Case Studies, Stories from Death Row. The stories of individuals on death row, both men and women, offer a poignant glimpse into the human cost of capital punishment and the complexities of the justice system. A notable case is that of Aileen Wuornos, one of the few women on death row in the United States. Wuornos, a sex worker, was convicted of killing 7 men in Florida, claiming self-defense in each case. Her story, marked by a history of abuse and mental health struggles, sparked debate about the role of trauma and societal biases in sentencing outcomes. Another case is that of Susan Smith, who was sentenced to life in prison, not death, for drowning her 2 young sons. Her case highlights the potential for leniency in sentencing when mothers commit crimes against their children, often attributed to mental instability or a distorted sense of love. These cases, though different in their specifics, underscore the complex interplay of gender, crime, and punishment in the context of capital punishment. Section 7, Conclusion, Reflections on Gender and Capital Punishment. The death penalty, in its finality, demands careful scrutiny, particularly when considering the role of gender. While both men and women commit heinous crimes, their paths to death row, experiences within the system, and even their crimes often differ significantly. The stark gender disparity on death row raises critical questions about fairness, equity, and the potential for bias in the justice system. As we grapple with the moral and ethical implications of capital punishment, understanding these gendered experiences is essential. It compels us to examine the societal factors that contribute to these disparities, and to ensure that the pursuit of justice is not clouded by prejudice or outdated perceptions of gender roles. Ultimately, the conversation about the death penalty must extend beyond the simplistic narrative of guilt or innocence, and delve into the complexities of human experience, social context, and the pursuit of a just and equitable society. If you found this discussion insightful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content on criminal justice. Your engagement helps us continue these important conversations.